morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever and wherever you are listening, welcome to episode 161 of the Dadbods Golf Pod, proudly a member of the Believe Podcast Network. Joining me tonight for our first Masters Would You Rather Wednesday. If you feel a little extra electricity, that's because Augusta National has swelled in its population. So therefore, joining me tonight, Benjamin Taylor, Kyle Rush. We are here for it all. Folks, real quick, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Bet Online, AG,
not AG,
NCAA, Bet Online, Augusta National. That doesn't work. AG doesn't work. Listen, the NCAA tournament is over. We all shift our eyes to the Masters Golf Tournament, the ultimate golf bettors event. Jump in there, slide in all your bets. I think that's all that needs to be said. Listen, boys, the greatest thing about Masters Week is that there is something going on every single day. Most majors really kind of start on Thursday. Starting like Sunday night, we have the Masters, right? We had the amateur dinner on Monday night. Obviously, we have the Augusta Women's National leading into this. Great interview, by the way, guys. Sorry I couldn't make that. But Tuesday night, last night, was the Champions Dinner. And that's what we're going to hone in on to start off this episode. We're going to review Hideki's menu, which looks absolutely fire.
Yes.
I'm going to plug in my computer so that I can
You are a
this
hot
podcast.
damn mess.
So, with that being said, with a full battery intact,
He is the greatest substitute teacher ever when it comes to introductions.
let's go over.
Let's go to the menu.
Let's go to the menu.
So this was
This is
last
the menu,
night.
boys.
When you're listening to this, they just had their Champions Dinner last night. All the pictures, the menu's out. We're going to talk about it. We're reviewing the menu today.
Yep.
Believe it or not. So let's do this.
Okay, so this is
Got
the
it?
Champions Dinner menu served in honor of Mr. Hideki Matsuyama. He's going to start off with a miso glazed black cod with a.
Well, he's got his
Actually,
appetizers
raw.
first. He's got some sushi and some nigiri and some chicken skewers.
Yeah, so I don't see that on here, and I saw it on a different one that I looked at, but this one I do not see it on here. And this is from the Golf Digest. So
Well, this appetizers, he's definitely serving sushi because all the players are excited about it. So I would go with the one.
I know I saw it elsewhere. And, well, we got the sushi and some chicken skewers, and then we've got some miso glazed black cod. And then we move into, and this is what everybody has been thinking about, wondering about. I've lost sleep over what is the main dish that Matsuyama's going to serve.
Yes.
Well, he delivers.
He delivered.
A5 Wagyu beef ribeye with mixed mushrooms and vegetables, and a Sancho daikon ponzu.
Oh, baby.
Now, if you guys haven't had a killer ponzu, I would recommend jumping right on that. I would walk your ass right on down to the ponzu shop, because I tell you what, a good ponzu
will change your life.
Just a puncher
He got,
ponzu.
and he got the
popular.
palate going with some dashi broth on the cod that he served, whatever that is. Dashi
Yeah.
broth.
We're jumping
But,
back and forth.
I mean,
Let's-
Wagyu.
Who's had that? I got to know if it's
It is worth. A lot of chefs say it's overrated. Every chef I've talked to said it's overrated. I friggin' love it. Melts in your mouth. It's absolutely delicious.
I've watched like 1,000 YouTube videos on.
It is.
I will get to scrolling
fantastic.
on Instagram Reels
Yes.
of people grilling Wagyu beef and like
And you stop.
watch every one of them. Like just
Yeah.
scroll, stomach starts growling. Like I want to get it, but I want to get it like legitimate. Like I don't want to go like some cheap. I know it's not cheap, but I want to go like to a legit Japanese steakhouse and have it.
So we
have
did it.
done for me.
We did it the cheap way. If there's a search way of doing it, is my buddy on his 40th decided we were all going to go out to dinner in Nashville. We went to this fancy steakhouse, and basically we ordered 2 Wagyu steaks that we split between like 4 of us because they're like $500 a piece, and it was absolutely delicious. I mean, it
Phenomenal.
cut with a fork, melt in your
Phenomenal.
mouth. Everything that you have. I was just like you, Kyle. from watching it on Facebook and Instagram and seeing these people cook it. And I was like, man, that looks so good. Everything that you see on those videos, totally true.
Love it.
Totally true.
Can't
So
wait to try
he
it.
knocked it out of the park. I think it's fantastic. So he big winner. I like it.
Yeah, A5 Wagyu. Yeah, I mean that is too.
Yeah, it's
and you know
way
what they
better
say
than-
about it is it really just needs a little salt and pepper. I mean that's all you got to
Yep.
do to it. You know,
That's
No
what they
ketchup.
do in the
Little
videos.
S&P will work for me. You know,
No
Little
ketchup
ketchup.
allowed. No ketchup allowed. And then the
You guys ever-
Japanese
you
strawberry
guys cook?
shortcake.
yeah,
Don't forget about that.
Yeah, I don't know what that
a
is.
fluffy sponge caked with whipped cream and amuro strawberries.
Is that basically strawberry shortcake, like little shortcake things that you get? That's
With
they
the
just give it a
Japanese
fancy
strawberry
name.
shortcake. So I'm
Yeah.
imagining that you're probably going to be right there on it.
Right
Yep.
there in the strawberry shortcake family.
I got it, bub.
It doesn't really branch out that far, so I think it's
Nope.
gonna be pretty close to strawberry shortcake.
I've never
Uh,
had Japanese dessert because like if you go to a Japanese place where they cook in front of you, you know, like you don't even finish the food that they give you.
Yeah.
Anybody ready
They
for
laugh.
dessert? Everybody's like, oh,
Yes, you never make it to the dessert round. That's for sure.
It's like if you ask for desserts at a Japanese steakhouse, it reminds me of I went to this restaurant one time and they had this thing on their menu called like the cowboy ribeye, and it was like 32 or 36 ounces, and it didn't have any sides listed. So I asked the waiter what comes with it, and he goes, "Nothing. It's a 36-ounce steak. Like, what else do you want?" You fat tub of
Badass.
crap.
It's a 16-ounce steak that comes with another 22 ounces of steak, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Man, I think I was looking at some of the comments. Jordan Spieth said he like can't even wait. They're gonna have to wheel him out in a wheelbarrow. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have seconds and thirds. Like, this is all my favorite foods. I say that's a winner. That's a winner from the quiet guy.
Hey,
I think
BJ, are
he
you
did-
going to finish your punku?
Yeah.
No? Can I get that?
Hey,
you know-
you mind if I get on that ponzu a little bit, bub?
Hey, bud, let me get a nibble off that cod.
I knew we were going there before it's all said and done with.
Allergic to strawberries? Don't mind if I do, Danny.
Oh,
You're
my
only here because
germs,
I dumped it in the water, by the way.
my germs, VJ, in the strawberry shortcake. Love it. Oh,
A great meal, Hideki. Really glad.
Yeah.
and he's just sitting
Another-
there just going, yes, yes.
The thing that I'd forgotten about that I
Yes.
got reminded today. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah. He
can't-
has no idea how well they're thinking him.
It's like, how would you like your steak cooked? Yes.
Yes.
Just cook it.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
The
Augusta.
thing that I got reminded about today that I totally forgot about, they have to pay for this out of pocket.
What?
Yes. So this
Yeah.
Wagyu, he's rolling and he must have done very well. I didn't realize
That changes my whole perspective. Now you're just a D bag. making everybody have to pay like $500 for a meal.
Wait, that each of them pay out of their pocket?
No,
Or
he pays for the meal.
pays out of his
Yes, he
pocket?
pays for the catered
Oh,
meal.
for everybody.
Yes.
Holy
This
crap.
this is on his dime.
That's like the rule when you hit a hole in one, you got to buy everybody else drinks. That makes
Yeah,
no
so-
sense to me.
So when you win the Masters, you have to pay for all. And thing is, it gets more expensive every year. So the further down the line,
I mean, Phil dropped out, so.
yeah,
That's a good point. That was
And
not,
you got-
he did not RSVP.
yeah. And you got a couple that probably didn't make it. A couple of elder guys. Ben Hogan's not there tonight.
Yeah.
Do you think like a couple of the younger guys like Patrick Reed and Bubba Watson are gonna like get in a picture and be like and send it to Phil Mickelson?
Oh, he is. Yes, I guarantee you, there are some guys that are sending him some photos tonight and some texts that are really probably pissing him off.
You miss, oh yeah. And then Angel Cabrera. That was a big one you missed right there.
Yeah, he's not going to be there tonight.
He's having another kind of meat tonight.
He's having another kind of wagyu.
Another kind of beef for dinner.
He's having
Oh.
another kind of cod.
And that ain't A5, brother, and you cannot cut it with a fork.
It's more like a A1 beef. If it's a 1 to 5 scale, he's definitely in a 1
More like a P.
or
Oh man.
P5.
P5.
Probably a D9.
This
you know
has
what I'm
gotten
saying?
super bad.
All
Super
right.
quick.
Let's go. All right, move on. Move
What were
on
those
to the next
rankings
question.
that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Eligibility for the. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So we figured that we would share with the listeners what our champions dinner will be one day. when we win.
So the scenario is name your
what
menu.
would you serve? It's got to be an appetizer. I should have told you, but I mean, it's got to be appetizer, main course, dessert, and then I guess bear in mind that you have to pay for it.
Ooh, it's gonna hurt.
Well,
So-
the good news is we've all
so
three won the
bench chicken
Masters at this point, so
fingers.
we're fine. We're going to be doing just
yeah,
fine.
you're gonna be good.
That's a good point.
We've all won the Masters at this point. We got plenty of endorsements. We can afford this meal. All right,
I was
boys.
trying to
gonna
figure
start
out
off
which
with,
value meal we're gonna go.
Start off with Kyle.
Well, I'm boring because I just love good old classic American, cuisine. So I probably start off with, let's see, appetizers, like some potato skin, some loaded potato skins, Caesar salad, then go straight into a 16 to 18 ounce ribeye, medium rare for everybody, just cooked to perfection, baked potato, dessert. I'm not a huge dessert guy, but it would probably be something like a Reese's cheesecake type thing. I'm a big Reese's guy. So I'm going to go just cold-blooded, red-blooded American ribeye steak for my main course. I think that's pretty much what I'm going to go with. Maybe some fried mushrooms in there for an appetizer, something like that. How's that sound?
I like it.
I'm in.
Pretty boring.
Just hold the mushrooms.
Not a
Nope,
big mushroom.
I'm in for all of it. I'm big with eating
So
every
you're-
bit of that
you're
that
gonna
you
do
just
like
served
kind
up.
of-
I totally expect you to serve that to me and Nate here in the very near future. Thank you.
Kind of like what you might see at I don't know, Outback.
Outback steak, blooming
Yeah.
onion. If you could give me a
Yes.
blooming onion out there, yeah. Everybody gets the Big Mike Steakhouse. Everybody gets the Big Mike steak ribeye.
You know
That's
what I
what you-
hate is that I literally mirrored my meal after what I get at Big Mike's, and it's pretty damn close to what you just said. Now I'm trying to adjust it now so that I don't sound.
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah,
Go,
I'm gonna
Dan.
go ahead. I'm
All right.
thinking of
So-
what goes with.
Appetite. This is not. Thank you, Kat. As this is not going to be something that a vegetarian would like out of the three of us. So any of those really, really healthy pros that are going to show up and they're like, and I don't eat meat because I'm a veterinarian. You can't do that. Like, this is not the place for you. So my appetizer is going to be wings, and it's going to be 9 wings with 3 different flavors. We're going to include.
Expensive.
We're going to include a little southern hint of something. So we're going to have some sort of bourbon barbecue, some sort of peach flavored barbecue, and then just some regular old hot sauce on the wings. So there's your appetizer.
ranch and blue cheese.
Ranch and blue cheese on the
Yeah.
side, just in case
Yep.
you
I'm in.
got your choice of whichever it is. So you got your
And
9 wings
celery
with your
for the
3
old
different
men.
flavors. Yeah. If you're the vegetarian, you get the celery, you pass your wings down to the 2 boys over here. They're going to be more than happy to take those off your hands, Bob. And then for the meal, decided to stay in the southern flavor and the good old South Alabama roots of, we're going to have ourselves a catfish fry, boys.
Oh,
Oh, a lot of
right down there in
cholesterol
Ray's
issues in
Creek.
that room, Ben.
We're,
a lot
we're-
of
we're
cholesterol
gonna
issues.
do-
catfish
We're-
right out of Ray's Creek.
We're gonna do some catfish and hush puppies and some
Larry
of the,
Ray's
some of the
Creek.
string fries. It's gonna be absolutely delicious. And so gonna fatten up with that. And then if she were still around, my dessert would be my grandmother's chocolate cake. So
Mm.
hopefully I could get
Oh.
somebody to mirror that and serve my grandmother's chocolate cake. So straight out of the South, we want all those boys enjoying the Southern flavors that we
Catfish.
have to offer.
You went with catfish. Of all the fish in the whole entire world, we went with catfish. I mean,
All
I
right.
don't dislike catfish, but
Listen, Bub, we're not going to be getting salmon out of Lake Martin. That's just how that works.
okay.
That is how that works.
That's actually exactly how that
Yep,
works.
that is science.
You catch a salmon in Lake Martin, somebody's taking a picture of it, and you're making the newspaper.
Yeah. And you're gonna figure out who threw that salmon into Lake Martin.
There's a prankster out there, and we're gonna find him.
There is a man who is throwing salmon into Lake Martin, and people are catching them.
They're spawning like crazy. All right,
We've got a champion's dinner to cook for, and we keep pulling up salmon instead of catfish.
you know, you go to the dam, you go down to the bottom of the dam, you catch a big old catfish. What if you just pulled up a salmon? You're like,
Yeah,
what the
salmon.
hell is this?
Like, are there any sharks in here? So what do? You just meet with the chef of Augusta. You're like, hey, buddy, just put your little boat in down at Lake Martin and see if you can pull up some catfish.
Yep.
And if you need to noodle them, but I gotta do it.
I got the milk jugs. We'll get after.
Listen, I wanted to stay themed. I wanted
There
to
you
go.
go.
I want to go with the Southern flavor. That's why I did it. Plus, I knew that one of y'all would pick steak. Sounds like two of you are gonna pick steak. So I had to go a different direction.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm gonna do. I
Audible.
want the appetizer, and I'm gonna give the option because I know not everybody likes this first dish. It's kind of it's an acquired taste. I love char grilled oysters, not raw. I do like raw, but my favorite is char grilled with some toppings. So you can either do the char grilled oysters with like the crab meat on top. I think it's called like oysters Benville or something like that. A couple different options there, or like a bang bang shrimp. So you'll kind of get to
Ooh.
choose because between the two of them, I mean, everybody likes shrimp.
Bang,
I know
bang.
some guys may not like oysters. I totally get that. It's kind of a funky thing, you know. We're gonna move right from there, and I'm gonna talk to the chef because I want him to cook these ribeyes on like a charcoal grill outside of the
Like a
porch. I
Weber.
don't want this to,
Yeah.
I don't want this to come from a restaurant. I'm just gonna be honest. The steak that I would cook right now, right out there, is better than any restaurant steak that I've just ever had. I just,
Without a
I
doubt.
just feel that way.
Completely agree. Yes.
So I want him to just, and I'll pay for it. You know, I'll grab him a Weber, I'll grab him a bag of charcoal, and
Briquettes.
just pump those puppies with a little bit of Southern flavor seasoning on them. You know,
Oh, little Selma dirt.
little
Charbroil season.
Selma, yeah, a little charbroil seasoning on there.
Oh,
And I
baby.
wouldn't mind if you actually sauteed some onions that we could kind of sprinkle on top. And
Oh,
then
baby.
I don't want to get too fancy with the potato. I mean, French fries, steak and French fries. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm a simple kind of man.
What
Steak
kind of French
fries.
fries? What kind of French fries?
You know, if I'm getting really specific, you know, the tater tots from Chick-fil-A and Hardee's.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I want.
The crowns.
I
Those are
eat
called
that with
crowns. Those are
crowns.
called
Yeah,
crowns.
hash
I want
crowns.
steak and tater crowns. Okay.
Wow.
Steak and tater crowns. You can sprinkle the onions on the tater crowns too, if you would like.
Wow.
Steak sauce will be optional just because as much as I'm a big sauce guy, I just think steak is there should be a reverence.
If you put if you put sauce on a steak, I'll punch you right in the face.
Your steak has been cooked wrong if you put sauce on it.
Yeah.
You're getting a Tom O'Leary or a Jack Johnson is what you're gonna get.
And then to finish out, I also am not a particularly big dessert guy. So I mean, if there's a couple of ice cream options, maybe everybody gets a malt or a shake. And we all go through the Sonic drive-through afterwards.
How about some Dairy Queen dip cones? It's
Yeah,
delicious.
I mean, pretty much anything.
Little
Just maybe
Blizzard.
the Brewster people come in and the cones you can eat.
I like what you're. I like what you're
Ice
thinking
cream.
there.
I'm a kind of a big ice cream guy, but
Yeah.
when I go to Big Mike's, which is where this inspiration came from, by the time I'm done eating the oysters and the salad and everything else, like they put the steak down in front of me, and like I could walk out the door right then
Mhm.
and be full.
Yeah.
And all of a
Without
sudden,
a
there's a
doubt.
16-ounce steak, which I devour, obviously. So anyway, that's where I'm at.
I'm with you, man. I think
love
those
it.
I think those are all
All-
winners. I think those are
All
all
good
winners.
options. Yep.
I would like Ben to just entertain grouper, fried grouper, or like a snapper over a catfish. But
I think that would be makes total
You get-
sense to do it in a landlocked city to do that. That's
if
awesome.
you get the oh yeah, because
Maybe Chilean sea bass.
Augusta's not that far from the coast. I think Augusta's pretty not very far from the coast at all. But anyway,
Yeah,
I
it's still
digress.
landlocked. Still landlocked.
I don't know what that means. There's seafood restaurants
That
everywhere.
means there's
Good
no
ones.
ocean around it.
There's good ones. There's good ones everywhere. But if you get the cornmeal right on the catfish,
Lobster.
it can be pretty dang sporty. So, good job. Speaking of sporty, guys, our new club sponsor, Birdie Golf Designs, BYRD, smoking hot blade irons. We all have our own set. You're going to start seeing a lot more of us. Videos of us playing them. I played Augusta with them virtually. That video is going to go up soon. I did break 90. And I think I got hosed by the simulator. I think it was more like an 82. I think it was 86 is what it came up. I think I got hosed a little bit by the simulator, but we'll see. Birdie Golf Design, use coupon code DADBOD22 and you can save 15%. These clubs retail for like $3.99. You get to take another 15% off. Sexy irons. I saw some pictures of Tiger Woods, his blades, his TaylorMade blades that he has. It's literally the same iron. Look at the picture. Google I think it's the T-Dub. If you just look up bladed, tailor-made T-Dub irons, that is the iron. That is what you're getting. They look exactly the same. They feel great. You're going to love them. Birdie Golf Designs, BYRD. Check them out, support them, and be on the lookout for some more stuff content-wise with us. All right, second part of the menu scenarios. Nate, I want you to hit it real quick.
Okay. So you're at the champions dinner. You've picked the menu. Okay.
Drop my phone. Sorry.
Okay.
It's got the pictures in it, so I had to get it.
You're at the champions dinner, and they're asking you who you get to set the entire table. Okay.
Yep.
So I told the guys to pick 2 guys that you absolutely want to sit on either side of you, and then 2 guys that you absolutely want as far away from you as possible. It would make it absolutely miserable, basically not worth going if you had to sit next to those 2 guys. So let's start off with Ben. Just give us your 2 you want to sit next to and your 2 that you don't.
All right. 2 I want to sit next to. Went kind of obvious on one of them. Got to go with Jack. Jack tells a lot of good stories. Got to sit next to Jack Nicklaus. You guys did not say that they had to be alive. So I went with Ben Hogan as being my number 2 to be able to sit next to be able to hear the stories, if at all possible.
Okay.
Was that a faux pas
too, since he won't be alive?
Yeah, exactly. So that was my 2. Well, I mean, I was going to go with Jack and Tiger, but I mean, I was given instructions not to be obvious. I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go with Ben Hogan then. I mean, with him.
They just posted the picture of all the people at the champions dinner. I kind of thought you might just pick the people that were at the champions dinner, but that's fine. Ben Hogan's good. All right, who don't you want to sit beside?
Angel Cabrera is number 1, just because I'm afraid I may get pillaged right there on the spot. Something
you're safe because he can't be there.
And well, that wasn't in the rules
for 2 to 3 years.
That wasn't in the rules.
Okay.
And then the other one, I was kind of torn between Fat Prick Reed, but I went with Danny effing Willett just because I can't stand that guy, and I don't think he should have won the Masters. So I just don't even think he should be in there and should even be allowed to go to the dinners.
Okay. Nice.
You think they stick Danny Willett next to Ray Floyd or something? Just
Raymond Floyd's looking over and
you don't hear both of them are just silent. You don't hear from either of them.
Raymond Floyd's like, why are you here?
Yeah, get away from me.
Why? How the hell did you get that jacket? Who invited this guy?
Yeah. Whose son is this?
Yes.
Get him out of here.
You freaking coach's kid.
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I'm going super easy, super cool. Freddie Couples, Raymond Floyd. Put me right next to them. Just super cool guys. Just got that aura about them. Give me Raymond Floyd, Freddie Couples. I want to sit right between them, and we're going to ham it up, have a good time. I'm looking at the champions in their picture, and that's kind of how I picked mine. And so I'm going to start off with, obviously, Danny Willett. I don't want Danny
Nobody
Willett
wants to sit next to Danny Willett.
anywhere near me. Danny Willett's got to go.
Can we all agree he just doesn't need to be invited to the dinner?
I just want him out.
I
just want him out completely.
Yeah.
Completely. And
then
I'm looking.
He just feels entirely out of place. Do you think he knows everybody's looking at him and be like,
and his brother didn't help. I mean, with all the mouthing off he did. I mean, everybody's like, we don't like you or your family. How about that?
And we should probably like Danny Willett because he played Jacksonville State, didn't he? Not very far from where we live.
And honestly, on the interviews, he seems like he's fairly nice, but I just don't like the fact that he won the Masters. I'm
Alabama's not that far from here.
That's a good point, but I do like Justin Thomas. And then the other one, I just don't want this guy eating off my plate. I just don't want to stand by Craig Stadler. I want Craig Stadler on the opposite end of the plate. He's gonna be sticking his finger over
he's got great stories, man.
My Japanese shortcake. I just don't want Craig Stadler walrusing over on my food. You and Danny go sit on the other end, and I'm gonna chill with Ray Floyd and Boom Boom, and we're gonna have a good time.
Oh, Boom Boom's the fact that you won't ever have to say a word. He'll just sit and tell stories all night long.
Faldo can sit outside too. If I'm being,
he was also.
Dude, come on, if you pick 2, don't take somebody else's.
Sorry. Sorry. Go ahead.
steal somebody else's thunder. You just want to put. I mean, who else would you like to pick?
All right, go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
If it makes you feel
Alright.
better, Nate, I'm with him on the Faldo deal too.
Thank you. I was like, huh, none of them picked him. I'm gonna pick him.
Yeah.
Okay. I said not to be obvious, but one of my guys is going to be super obvious, and the second one's not going to be quite so much. I want to be in the middle of a Tiger and Marco Mara just slugfest, because from what I've heard, they just shoot zingers all night.
They shoot
Or
each other's
dingers.
dingers.
Or dingers.
Airsoft
wanna
guns.
be in a-
It's crazy.
ding fest.
You just want to be in between their Panzukad.
You want to be right in the zinger ding fest.
Yeah, I would like for on the other side commentating it. I don't know. There's nobody really funny in here. Maybe Fuzzy Zoller. I don't know. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But no, I want Tiger and Marco Mara, and then guys who I prefer not to ever talk to is Sir Nick Faldo.
Yeah,
And
because he's a pansy.
He's a
Right.
pansy.
and then you guys have picked a lot of them. You know what? Sergio can I'm out on Sergio.
Like I said,
Faldo and Sergio can talk about why the Europeans got their ass beat.
They got slaughtered
at
by the
end of
water.
table. Yeah. But,
That's
no,
good.
Marco Mayer and Tiger Woods. I just want to hear the ding
Just
fest.
constant shit talking, like
Yeah.
between.
I think
And
I'm
just
that.
gonna occasionally say like, "Gooch."
Do you think that Tiger and Marco Merritt go back and forth as much as now Tiger and Freddie do? Because Couples was quoted as saying that he texts Tiger some sort of zinger every day.
They said they text one, and it's not
Every
it's
day.
always a zinger about.
Yeah.
Every
He sends
single
him
day.
something that we can't talk about on television or radio every day. He sends him something inappropriate.
like a picture of his butt and says, "How about you kiss this, Tiger?" or something.
Nice.
How about this
Probably
old ass
not.
is out driving you?
Tiger Woods leaks nudes of Freddie
Yeah.
Couples' ass.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
That'll be in a tabloid tomorrow.
Yes.
Hey, Freddie said he's hitting the ball just as far as anybody. Says he hits it just as far as JT in the practice round today.
So he's
So
carrying it
pumping it out there.
290.
Pumping it out there. So get excited,
Yep.
get
pretty
fired
pumped.
up.
Also, I would like for Bubba Watson and DJ to sit next to each other, because I just feel like that's a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like for Bubba and DJ to sit next to each other.
Who could you put Bubba with that would not be a weird dynamic?
Zach Johnson.
Probably Danny Willett.
Yeah, they probably would jive fairly
Yeah,
well.
they're both just like weird. Maybe like Sandy Lyle.
Zach Johnson. Zach
Dude,
Johnson
Sandy
is like
Lyle-
a goody.
Sandy Lyle's so tall.
Yes.
Who
He
is
just-
the short guy over between Tom
Ian-
Watson and
Ian
Freddie?
Woosnam.
Ian Woosnam. Yeah, the guy who had
He
too
was
many
on-
clubs and just started throwing them that time.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was going to be on my list of people I don't want to sit beside. because
Yes.
he looks like he looks like the bad guy on Leprechaun. He looks like the Leprechaun right now.
Yes.
The evil Leprechaun that would just go on a murderous rampage. It's kind of what he looks like.
And who is between Bernard Langer and Zach Johnson? Who's that guy? He's like
Bernard Langer and Zach Johnson.
I don't know. They can't see it on the pod. So let's
Talk
listen
about being
to something
official.
else.
Okay, sorry. Just curious. Everybody's gonna
Yeah, I
look
don't
for
know, but that
pictures.
guy's old. He's very old. He may not. This may be his last one. I shouldn't have gone there.
Goodness. Ooh,
All right.
okay.
All right,
not find
what's-
out who that was? I don't really want that on my conscience.
All right, let's hit up the next question / scenario, Nate.
Let's kind of move on to our favorites. Okay.
Yeah.
The champions dinner is over. Okay. It's Wednesday. It's right before the Masters. There is tons of traditions. So, boys, tell me your favorite Masters exclusive tradition. I'm not going to give you an example, so you know all of them. It can be a very small thing. I'm giving you a lot of free reign here. Okay. It
Yep.
can be anything, but it has to be.
It could be
exclusive to the
anything from the cheap food to stuff that actually really happens,
Sure.
like during the. I got you.
Magnolia Lane, which is just a street, or the par 3, which is an entire event.
Yeah.
So let's
Okay.
start off with Kyle.
There's so many. But I mean, I think my favorite tradition, even though it's always a failure, is the lottery. The ticket lottery. Like
Yeah.
you go through the process, you feel like this is the year, You get excited. You go in there and you go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you max out the tickets you can get. They make you feel like you have a shot every single year. You send it in, you get the notification, you rush to your account. We regret to inform you, or maybe that one day when it pops up and says, congratulations, now give us money and we'll give you tickets. I don't know. It's just like the only thing that happens where you kind of feel a little bit of a connection with, like, there's a chance, there's a connection there with Augusta National. The ticket lottery, I just think that's cool. And like, it's also cool to think about, there's people from like Australia, Japan, Spain, all trying to do this thing. When I went to the Masters, there were dudes from Australia there, like they had won the lottery. Like that's how they got in, and we talked to them. And I just think that's just so daggum cool that
we had a bunch of Danish guys behind us, like they were from Denmark, that they were like until they had an accent, and they were trying to meet everybody too. They were like, "Where are you from?" And we're like, "Alabama."
Not like 4 hours away.
Like, we're gonna rate catfish at Cracker Barrel after this.
No doubt.
We're gonna get an Uncle Herschel's for breakfast. Uncle Herschel's
No
platter
doubt.
for breakfast.
They got chicken dumplings on Thursday nights.
Oh, you can eat.
And we can play checkers afterwards.
And then we can do that little tea game, that little tea peg game.
Peg game.
Peg game. I bet you're gonna be an ignoramus.
You're just plain stupid.
All right. What's Nate? You go next, Nate. What's your favorite?
I know we just talked about it, but it's so cool because it fits the Masters perfectly. This kind of this aura of exclusivity is it nobody else gets to go to that dinner. Like they don't make any exceptions. It's the chairman, Fred Ridley, and then only dudes who have won the Masters. No runner-ups, no honorary invitees,
no wives,
nothing. No wives, no nothing. I'm assuming like one of the waiters takes the picture. Like there's, it's not like full of media, and their conversations are always like guarded. Like you don't ever hear anybody talk about what they talked about. They're like, I sat next to Tiger, but Champions dinner, can't really say anything.
What happens here stays here.
It just there's only guys who can say, well, when I won in '98, XYZ happened. It's
the coolest sausage fest of all time.
It's the most exclusive yet public dinner of all time. Everybody knows exactly who's there, and
nobody knows what happens.
Allowed in.
Nate, it's so guarded. Nate, if you think about it, like when we see some of the footage that's coming out from the dinner, like even the cameras, once they get to the porch, they have to stop. Like you can't even look inside there like that, because you'll see how they see players coming up and people are filming them almost like semi paparazzi or something. And then all of a sudden, like the cameras stop and like the players will be like, "See you guys," and then they walk around the porch to go into the dinner in the back. Like they have to stop right. Like that's how exclusive it is. Like you can't even get a peek through the curtain. Like you can't. Like it is so closed off.
It's like if you are a Danny Willett, or if you are a somebody who sucks, they'll never take that away from you.
Nope.
You could literally never play another professional golf tournament again after you win the Masters, and every year on Tuesday night in April, you go sit and you feast with the boys.
Yeah.
Love it. Great stuff.
No, I think it's phenomenal.
I just need a second. and you eat Wagyu? I mean, come on.
You can't beat it. Can't beat it. Ben, what's yours?
It is exactly what I have on. I think that the jacket and everything that it represents, everything from them keeping it on the grounds to the fact that the hosts are, if you're a member, you get to have one whenever people come in, like you're known as the guy wearing the green jacket, but it's so coveted. Like everybody's like, really got to have a green jacket. And the rules that go along with it, and the Butler cabin presentation where it's always so awkward, but yet you're sitting there thinking, I would love to be that guy that somebody's putting the jacket on me right now.
Oh yeah.
That would be so cool. And they do it twice because they do it inside and then they take you outside unless you do it in front of the crowd. So I think that everything that it signifies, like from the time that you win it to getting your jacket given to you to everything that comes with it, like, and that includes like the Champions Dinner. Like you get to put it on to go to the Champions Dinner. You get to, put it on to when the next year when the winner is congratulated, you're wearing yours out there thanking, congratulating the winner. Hey, you're part of the club now. Like, you get to have one of these. I've always loved the fact the green and the thing is that how they've run with it, the green jacket and how you get green shirts and green pullovers, and everybody wants to. It's always something to do with green or with magnolias or the famous gold label. And I think it's fantastic, man. I think that's something that it stands out. I mean, it's
the green jacket.
When you see a guy wearing it's the green jacket and all that encompasses and all that it encompasses.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
I had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah,
that was going to happen. We'll talk. Hey, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to have a little post-show hobnob. We're going to break down everything we've talked about tonight. Maybe make fun of each other. Probably going to make fun of each other. Maybe make fun of Von Hilkerbeer some more. I don't know. You have to see. Subscribe to YouTube, and that's where you can catch it after the show.
We're still doing okay.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, we're not done. I just
want
to throw that in there.
We got more to go.
All right, let's talk about our favorite and least favorite holes, and we're just going to talk about this more from a spectator standpoint than a player standpoint. Okay,
sure.
So let's start off with Kyle, favorite and least favorite holes.
All right, so my favorite hole is number 3. Okay, and what's that?
I said, oh yeah.
Yeah, number 3, short par 4. A myriad of different ways you can play it, possibly the most diabolical green on the course. And you have the Sunday pin, which is absolutely just unbelievably tough. Dudes try to, the longer guys can get up close to it, but if you roll any down left at all, it's basically you're hacking it up there and hoping that you can get a 2-putt. Crazy hole. You wouldn't see it, look at the card and think it's that tough, but just watching the different ways the guys play, I love 3. Great hole. Least favorite is 14. Okay, 14 is like they ran out of ideas after Amen Corner and just had to have another hole in there because they wanted to get back down to the pond on 15. So 14 is the most. There's not even any bunkers. There's no bunkers around the green, if I'm not mistaken.
Chinese fur. Yep.
No bunkers. It's just straight ahead. Tight tee shot, but just nothing to it. Like when they used to do the featured hole cams, like before, now you can watch every single shot for everybody. But used to that you would have like Amen Corner, 11, 12, and 13. They would skip 14 completely, and then they'd have coverage on 15 and 16.
Yes.
So like you didn't even watch 14. Like 14 just didn't exist. 7's another one that's kind of like 14, but yeah, 14 for sure is the most boring hole out there. And I love number 3, low key, my favorite hole. And I feel like it doesn't get the credit it deserves.
On Sunday, it's big because 3 is awesome on Sunday because it's a definite birdie hole that can turn into a bogey hole pretty quick.
Pretty quick. Absolutely.
Yep. Yeah. Just with a drive that's on the wrong side of a fairway. Like a 60-yard approach from different angles is just entirely different.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy. You get on that left side, you're just begging for par.
Right. Benjamin Taylor.
Going with favorites, because you said from a spectator standpoint, kind of wrestled with it. Definitely got to be one of the par 3s. And I was wrestling between 2 of the par 3s and decided to go with 16 with Redbud. And I think because from a spectator standpoint, even in the practice rounds, getting to see them skip balls off the water to go in there to it coming down to the closing holes and guys having to birdie that hole. I love the pin placements, whether it be in the bottom left, whether it be in the top right. I love that par 3. I mean, it's nothing that's, they got it listed on the card as 170. It never plays that except in the one day that it's in like the back right. Other than that, it's always right around 150, 160. So that's probably my favorite hole is 16. The moments that have been there, the tiger shot that's been there, the hole-in-ones that they've had at the first few rounds, whatever the pins in the front too. So that is the favorite hole. And then you go to my least favorite hole, the very next hole in 17. I feel on 17 the way Kyle kind of feels around 14. It is a nicer hole than 14 because 14 is kind of blah, but it's like you just par 17 so you can hurry up and get to 18 so we can see you close out the tournament. So I'm just not a 17 fan. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, the green is the only thing that makes it good because guys, when it's, what is it, Saturday, that it's towards the front and
Sunday's front right when everything funnels from the
is that when
right
it is?
in. Yeah.
Yeah. And then maybe Saturdays when it's in the mid. Yeah, it's in the middle and like you can catch a slope and you can actually slug it up, like, snuggle it up right next to it, or you can be nowhere close. So that's the only thing that makes it worthwhile is the green, but the hole itself is just like, I'm ready for him to get to 18 so I can see him finish. So
With you.
Mine are back to
It's
back.
kind of a tweener. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
As a matter of fact, I said if I were picking, because I said I was going between two, so I was going to do the 2 par 3s. Well, Kyle's 14, it was going to be, when I was looking down 14 and 17, I was like, both those holes just sucked to me. And when Kyle took 14, I was like, yep, I'm taking 17.
There you go. Nate, what you got?
So my favorite hole is 15 because, especially on Sunday, most of those guys have long irons in. So like they should, just on a normal day, it's a downhill 4-iron or 5-iron. But I love seeing them get pumped up and blasting one over. I love, like, at that point, if you're in it at the end, that's, 12 is awesome. 13 is awesome. But 15 is like, this is your last par 5.
Yeah.
You're about to go through a relatively, except 16 is birdieable, especially on the Sunday, but 17 and 18 are not birdieable. They're not, They're tough to make moves on. This is your last, like, truly, I've got 210 down the hill in, but then you guys see these guys just get jacked up and rip them over. And then all of a sudden their round is over. So I love that hole. I love a downhill approach on a par 5 with trouble all the way around it. Shouldn't be a hard shot, but it ends up. I don't want to use the cliche of it starts on the back 9 on Sunday, but like 15 to me is where it's like, okay, this is do or die now. Like I'm running out of opportunities.
You got to make it there.
And then my least
and it's gonna
hole,
get, and it's gonna get worse this year, Nate. That's one of the holes they extended.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. I liked it when they had a long iron in because it was and like in everybody's mind, but it's also a downhill shot,
Yeah.
Downhill shot,
downhill,
and
it depends on the wind too, because Mark Iowa during his press conference said that he was hitting the same iron in even from the back tees because they had a wind behind them in the first practice round. So he had the same shot he had last year that
you
was
think
into the
National
wind.
can control the wind.
They control everything else.
Probably can.
You guys remember when Molinari just like cold yanked one on 15 a couple years ago, like hit a tree that was like before the creek?
Yeah.
The Tiger one was wild. My least favorite hole is 4. The kind of the longer par 3.
Yes.
On Sunday, it's a big green. They all hit it to 30 feet and 2-putt. Like,
not a lot of electricity.
Bogeys. Yeah, it's really easy green to hit because it's so big, but none of them hit it up there naked because it's like they're all
230 yards.
Yeah,
and it's also it's super slope. Like I was watching some of the replays of the tournament from last year, and like when it's on that back right, if you don't hit it literally in the back right, you're going to be all the way in the left and just hope to 2-putt and move on.
Yeah, but most of them do. Like.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a straight uphill. Once you get down there, it's just an uphill putt up to it. So they're probably gonna snuggle
early
up
enough to where it's not, it's just not a it's done.
No, it's a boring par 3.
Doesn't do a lot, especially after 3, because 3 is like 3 is like tingly. Like Takal said, 3 is like, oh my gosh, like he had 40 yards and he just made bogey.
Yeah.
And then you get to 4 and he hits a 4-iron to 35 feet.
No, I had this discussion with one of my buddies. The 2 worst par 3s are on the front and the 2 best par 3s are on the back.
I agree. What is it? 6? It's a big downhill par 3.
It's another one that's big green.
Kind of cool though, because you hit that shot and you start walking and you realize that you just hit that shot over like 3,000 people.
It's great to hear the first time players that didn't realize that they say, when we walked off the tee, I looked down and I was like, oh my God, there are people down here.
And then they're looking down at 16, aren't they? And 6 is the one that goes right by the green at 16. I think that's right.
I think that's right. Yeah.
I'm looking at the map right now. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the 2 worst par 3s on the course are on the front and the 2 best par 3s are on the back.
From the tee box on 6, you can look down and see the
I'm
green.
really
at
shocked
16.
that out of the 3 of us, none of us picked number 12. Rays Creek, how so much drama's taken there through the years in the middle of Amen Corner.
It's a cool hole, but you can bogey Rays Creek and you have 2 par 5s left.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I'm just, like you were talking about
as far as the tension being built up all the way.
But you were talking about where 15, like that's where you got to get it in order to 15 and 16 is where you got to make your money. Otherwise, you're
You
probably
just can't
not
lose
gonna-
it on 12.
Yeah, you can't lose it on 12. Like there's
Yeah.
so many guys that have doubled 12 and shot themselves out of a tournament on 12.
I feel like though a lot of times we have recency bias there, and like 3 or 4 dudes hit it in the water when Tiger won, like right before he did. It's like we think. I mean, did people really
And
hit it in the
Spieth
water?
did it.
That
Yeah, Spieth
Most
lost
guys-
it a couple
most
of
guys
years ago.
par that hole.
Spieth
Yeah.
had the win and he doubled right there.
I'm
and
saying,
just
but
fell
like for the
apart.
most part, I would say a majority of the people are going to be long versus short in that. And I mean, I know you can obviously you can chip it back across, but I just don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong,
I
but
think there's more balls in the creek on 13 than there is 12.
yeah, I would say
I
so.
think when that Sunday pin, when it is on the right side of that bunker, is when you see the most balls in it. They never hit it in the water any other time. It's
Yeah.
when they're going after that and they flare up a fade and they just get too spinny with it and it never makes
just
it.
gets stuck and then it just
Yeah. Like, and that's kudos to the Masters for knowing that it's going to do that. That's why they put it there on Sunday, every damn Sunday. So
Yeah.
What
they
did Tiger
know
do
some-
that year? He hit it right over the bunker, hit it in the
Yeah.
absolute dead center of the green.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
and
what
that's
you gotta
what
do is aim over
he-
the bunker
yeah.
and just rip a 9.
even he said that. He said it. All the players that won it said, listen, the shot, you don't get greedy. The shot is aim at the bunker, and then if you pull it or push it, you're still on the
Mhm.
green.
Should be, yeah.
And if you're short, you're in the bunker, and it's always they all say it's an easy up and down.
Easy
from the
up and
bunker.
down, yeah, from that bunker. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
But they never do it. They always get greedy.
All right, what's
nervous.
what's
Yeah,
the
or nervous.
exactly last one? Let's just let one more and we will wrap it up. What's the last little question or scenario?
Your
we have?
favorite winner?
Favorite winner. Okay.
Favorite year? Yeah.
Y'all go ahead. Somebody go first. I've gone first every time.
I thought it was really cool, and for whatever reason, it choked me up a little bit when Spieth won in 15 because he's like my age, and I've just gotten old enough to really, really appreciate golf. But I don't know. That was Spieth is just like the most likable guy, and back then he was even more likable. Like I'd seen him play in these tournaments, and it was like, hey, there's a guy my age when I'm 16 years old playing in a PGA Tour tournament. So anyway, for whatever reason, that was like the first time I got choked up about golf.
I like it.
Spieth in 15, yeah.
That's a good one. That's I think that's my sister's favorite. When she taught at little small flex there. When she taught at Texas, he was in one of her classes, and then a couple of years later, he wins the Masters. So she thought that was pretty. She thought it was pretty neat. I was like, why don't you reach out? Why don't you go ahead and just send him a little email, see if we can get us a little sign, maybe a little signed flag.
Memorabilia.
Spieth at texas.edu.com.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do mine next.
Okay.
All right. So my favorite was the first. I know we make fun of this guy, but I just loved this one. His first Masters was Bubba Watson, 2012. That was shortly before my wedding. So it was like a month or so before my wedding, 10 years ago, which is crazy. I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary. Just remember, I can remember everything about it. I can remember Easter Sunday with my in-law grandparents sitting and watching Bubba Watson trying to pull it off. And then the playoff, we ended up staying late and watching the playoff, driving home late, the rope hook wedge out of the trees, like all that stuff. That was one of the, one of my more favorite ones that I can remember. Bubba Watson's first one. That was a really good one.
I'm gonna go. I wanted to be selfish and take this, but I'm gonna say my dad's favorite, because this is kind of what really kind of got me into golf, because he kept showing it to me over and over, and then they kept showing replays. It was Jack's 86 Masters. And even though I don't remember watching it, he talks about it all the time.
I could watch highlights of that back nine every day, like every day.
And so that's, I wanted to go, because I was really into golf my freshman and sophomore year of college, because I was finally done with like baseball, so I could play as much as I wanted. So I wanted to go with Tiger's 97 Masters, but I just was like, there wouldn't be a Tiger's 97 Masters if my dad hadn't have talked about the two tournaments he always talked about was Jack in 86 and Freddie in 92.
Yeah.
And so I went with Jack just because that's what spurred my interest. That was when I was 10 years old. Next thing you know, I'm swinging clubs. He sawed off clubs so I can go with him to LBW's community college course and just banging around out there until I got my own set when I was like 16. So I got to go with Jack in 86. Tom Kite runner up that year. It was and I'm like you, Kyle. Now anytime it's on, I'm like, that's the tournament my dad talks about. That got me in the
I watched 92 highlights today. And like I forget Raymond Floyd chipped in for birdie on 17.
Yep.
To get within one shot. And then Freddie had to hit about a 5 or 6 footer on 17 for par.
Yep.
To keep a 1-shot lead going into 18. And like the chip in was ridiculous. Like he was in a dead, like you're hoping it's hard to make par. He skips one into the hill because those dudes know how to bump it into the hills. That's the big thing about Augusta. You watch the dudes that have played it a bunch. They know which hills to bump it into, to how to drip it close. He skipped one into the hill, drifted over that hill, almost, and then he holed it. He jarred it for birdie.
Yeah.
So you forget that because everything all you think about is Freddie's ball stopping on 12, which still defies physics. But yeah, there's some great ones, man. 92 is a good one, and I think everybody has a pretty awesome one. And I mean, that's the cool thing about this tournament. We all watch it on the same course every single year. We fall in love with the holes. We fall in love with the course all over again. And dadgummit, today the par 3 contest starts. Cannot wait. Going to be sitting down right a little after lunch, watching this thing go down, and just sort of get
if
hyped.
they play it.
Yeah, the weather's going to be sketchy. The weather's
not just the weather. They said if it was even too wet to get the crowd out there, they may not do it.
Because it was torrential. They canceled practice rounds on Tuesday. So bad weather. That means there's going to be a lot of darts being thrown. Scotty Scheffler throwing darts.
But it's okay. They're just going to suck the moisture right out of the green.
Yeah, he's going to suck it out. Suck it out.
And then Boo's going to be pissed at home. They about to suck it out. They got to suck that water out right now.
I'm going to turn this off.
I'm turning it off. I can see it happening right now.
When we see Ray's Creek overflowing, we know what happened. We know that they're sucking the water out of the greens somewhere. Yeah, absolutely. Down there with the catfish.
Guys, episode 161. The Masters is almost here. It starts tomorrow. You're listening to this on Wednesday. We really appreciate it. Thanks for listening. Catch us. We're probably going to have an episode tomorrow. I mean, we're gonna just do tons of content all week. So
Masters content.
It's Masters content all week. Greatest week of the year. Content. Appreciate it. Tonight's episode is brought to you by betonline.ag, where the game starts. Men, it's the Dadbod Golf Pod, and we're always stroking.
Pretty good shit there, boys.
I enjoyed that. I just
love just concentrated Augusta.
Just unadulterated.
Just
Augusta.
Purely
Augusta.
Raw dog Augusta.
Raw dog. Yeah, we speaking of raw dog, we really went hard on Hel Cabrera. Probably harder than he's going to be goad on later. So it's
I'm really glad that's where you went.
I really kind of feel bad that we got on the Danny Willett as bad as we did, because he really hasn't done anything wrong. I
don't feel bad about a damn thing.
You hate Danny Willett.
Yeah, we got to be careful. Ian Woosnam was one. I feel like we're I got a connection. We got a connection with Tad Moore, who is a very world-renowned golf club designer, and he actually built Ian Woosnam's putter for the Masters that he won.
Really?
He lives in Selma. I've been talking with him. I think he might come on the show soon. So
not now.
Yeah, we probably pissed away that chance.
All right. I've got 4 polos, and I'm gonna just kind of
Swannies. It's Swannies time. Let's see.
That's what I'm wearing. Look at there, Kyle. That's what
I saw that. I noticed you working on that collar during the show, getting that collar popped out.
Okay, I don't know what the name of this one is. Let's see. It's the Monty Polo.
I got that one.
Yeah. I'm a big collar, different collar kind of guy.
The button area.
Wore that one today to work, Nate. At Monty.
Right. Send it back.
I went full Monty at work.
Full Monty. All right.
That's
why you're in radio.
Yep.
It feels so good.
Oh, that does look good. That's the white one.
Amend
yes.
Polo. So
baby.
Tiger and golf balls and whiskey and golf tees and goat and
A goat.
Like I said, big contrast guy, different colored collar. I'm all about
I'm
it.
in.
Yeah, I love it.
Goat on there.
Gonna
I
look
got
good with
mediums
those
this time.
navy blue shorts, bud.
Last time I got a large, and the collar's just too big for top button Saturday. So,
Feel you. Went with
and I
medium.
think this may be the shirt that Ben has on right
Yes.
now. The Henley.
Yes.
Hanley?
Henley. That's
Oh
it.
yeah, Dad. Let me know when you want to go matchy on the golf course.
Yes.
Remember gas 2023.
You remember guest backs out on you next year, bub. You know who you got.
We will, dude. If we get put in Kyle and
Charlie's
Charlie's
flight.
flight, you know what would be cool is they would go to the flight again.
Oh, let me tell you something. We're gonna check that. We're gonna check them scores inputted before next year's if you're gonna be in our flight.
And then this is the Marco Polo.
Oh, Marco.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went ahead and finish with the old color contrast. there.
Yes.
So 4 just kind of dinger polos.
Electricity. I
I'm
opened
not talking
mine.
4 Ian Wisdoms. This is 4 Marco Maras.
Oh,
Yep.
baby. Oh, baby. I got my box. I got to show y'all. I got the hat. No, I don't. I had the hat
Yep.
on last night, I think.
Yeah, you showed me. I dropped when I dropped another set of hats off at your house. You went ahead. You put on your clothes and never took them off.
I wore them.
He was
Still,
like
I
he was
had
like a
to-
new kid that wore his shoes out of the shop. He
I had the
to-
tag in the shorts all night. Didn't even realize it. Still had the tag in. So I got the Blaine polo and slate, the Davis shorts in navy, and then I got the matching hat, the Delta snapback slate with the navy logo on it. Love it. Ben, what all did you get?
I got this shirt, and then I got the Blaine, but I got the pinkish color Blaine that's got the flowery collar.
Rose. Yeah.
The rose one.
They're out
And
of my
then
size.
and then the other one that Nate had, the first one that he opened up with the Monty, went full Monty.
The full
Yeah,
Monty.
I got the Monty.
Well,
Wore the Monty to work today, full Monty.
Love it. We used coupon code Dadbod Golf Pod -25, took
Yes, I
25%
did.
off our order. It was sick. It's just like Christmas showing up. So
I have got one of the hoodies coming next because they're on sale, just in case anybody's wondering. And you can use your coupon code to do the on sale. So I got the navy blue hoodie coming. Already got the slate. Colin, I have the slate. I got the navy blue this time around.
nice.
where
Nice.
are we at? Like after the code and the discount?
It was, let's see, it was 85 marked down to I think like 75, and then take the other 25% off. So whatever that ends up being.
60.
I don't know. I got that and one of the hats because they got a new hat out too. So I was like, I gotta have that. So my total bill was $80. So if that tells you anything.
Congratulations.
Nice. Nice. That way to manipulate the system.
Yes.
Love it. Swannies is awesome. Love those dudes. Guys, I had fun tonight.
Love these dudes.
Yeah.
Let's go watch the par 3 contest. Let's get after it tomorrow or today.
Did I share with you what they did since they got rained out on Tuesday? Anybody that had a ticket, even if it's a lottery ticket, you email the Masters and you get to go next year. They feel bad that you got rained out, so you get to go next year.
I thought you were just screwed for life.
No, check with your buddy, any of your buddies that went. Nate, you need to talk to your sister-in-law and you need to get this worked out. You got 365 days, bub.
Wait.
She
She's
gets to
going
go
Thursday,
again.
though.
Oh, I thought she was going today. Sorry. Never
It's on
mind.
Thursday. Yeah.
You're screwed on that. So if you knew anybody that
It's
went,
going to be beautiful Thursday.
my buddy that I told you, he sent the pictures. I sent you guys the pictures of my 2 shirts that are coming from Augusta. He had no idea. So I screenshotted that and I sent it to him, and he is pretty freaked out. So
Should be.
I went ahead and put in my request just in case his wife got enough today. So that way, if she didn't want to go next year, hit your boy up.
So many people. I'm in so many group texts and people are going left and right. Hey, I got invited. Hey, I got invited. We have
Yeah.
a freaking golf podcast, people. Like somebody invite us. What the heck? What the heck? Somebody out of the thousands of people that listen over the month should.
Yeah, one of my
Appreciate
buddies that comes on my radio show, he says, "Hey, I'm not gonna be there tomorrow." And I was like, "Man," I said, "That's 2 weeks in a row." He's like, "Yeah, but this time I'm going to Augusta." I was like, "Oh hell no, we're calling and you're recording tomorrow morning at 5:30. That's what you're doing."
Yeah,
Just
buddy.
because
You're gonna be there, bud.
Yep, you did this. So just get up and get ready.
All
That's
right,
how it
man.
works.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
right, boys.
Post show hobnob out. Appreciate it, fellas.
Love you, bub.